call is being.
All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Diamond Factory. Listen, this is the place where we come together with like minded individuals all in one place to be motivated, inspired, instructed, corrected, whatever we need to move forward, not only in business, but in life. So we're glad that you're here. If it's your first time being here, my name is Dr. Roz. I'm VP of Communications here at Akana and excited to be a part of this movement. Yesterday, Coach Dan dropped so many nuggets uh, in our hearts and our spirits. And on Monday, our CEO just fired us up even the more. Last Wednesday, we shared something about the mouth, the mind, the mood, and the money, the four M's. I want to piggyback on that because I didn't finish that. Matter of fact, I don't know if I'll finish it today either. But I just really realized how important or how impactful and how connected these four M's are: our mouth, our mind, our mood, and our money. See, what we think affects what we say. Out of the mouth come the issues of life. Life and death is in the power of the tongue, out of our mouth. Then what you say influences your mood. You can say the wrong stuff and you just messed up your mood. You may have woken up in the morning feeling like everything was going to be all right, and then you started speaking the wrong thing, and all of a sudden your mood is messed up. And then your mood impacts how you handle your money. Because when you're in a bad mood, I mean, you may overspend, you may go on a spending spree, all kinds of things, just thinking that's the solution. And then our financial situation affects our thoughts. It affects our words. So it's all interconnected. So I want you to picture yourself waking up each morning, number one, with a positive mindset. I don't care what you went to bed with. I don't care what happened last night. This is a brand new day. I don't care what has happened in September. This is a brand new month. And the thing is, you're still here. So if you're still here, I always say this, it's another day to get it right. So picture yourself waking up each morning, number one, with a positive mindset and speaking words of encouragement to yourself and others. We tend to find it easier, oftentimes, to speak words of encouragement to others. It's quickly for us to say, oh, girl, you can handle that. Oh, girl, you can make it. Man, get up, man. You're going to be okay. Everything's going to be all right. But it tends to be a little more challenging to say it to ourselves. But we've got to be able to speak those words. David said he talked to himself. Some of y'all need to wake up and look in the mirror and talk to yourself. Girl, you are fine, brother, man. You look at that. Look at you. Speak words of encouragement to yourself and others. And part of it is because we've been feeling, well, I can't be conceited. I don't want to say those things because I don't want to appear to be conceited. Conceit has to do with the nature of the heart. Conceit has to do with what is your motive. See, when your motive is to help and your motive is you're looking good so that you can be a blessing, then you don't have to worry about. But sometimes we've been taught certain things we can't say because, oh, you sound conceited. And then sometimes we're just so worried about what other folk think. But you need to speak words of encouragement to yourself and to others. That way you maintain a mood of enthusiasm. See, we shouldn't always need somebody to make us enthusiastic. You shouldn't need somebody to always, hear what I said, there are days you're going to need it. Yes, there are days we need that external motivation. We need that coach to push us. We need that. But you shouldn't always need that. We should have a mood of enthusiasm throughout the day. And then make wise financial decisions that align with our goals. If what you're doing with your money does not align with your goal, then you're doing the wrong thing with your money. Just saying. It needs to align with your goal. It needs to align with what you're trying to accomplish in your own personal life. So, what does it require? It requires intentionality. It requires consistency. You've heard that word before, consistency. We know that in business. We've heard that from all of our coaches and all of our leaders that we've got to be consistent. We got to be consistent in doing the system. We got to be consistent in doing sales. Like Coach Dan said yesterday, don't be afraid of that word. We've got to be consistent in whatever it is we're doing. And consistency is oftentimes difficult because stuff happens. Curveballs are thrown in your way. Distractions take place from the time you wake up to the time you go to sleep. But you have to make it up in your mind. Today, I'm going to be consistent in whatever that is I'm challenged to do. And I'm going to be intentional. When I've been teaching on the Saturday call that I've been doing at 3 o'clock, one of the things that I've been sharing with people is not necessarily that you have to become a vegan or vegetarian or plant-based, and that's your choice. Whatever that is your choice. And sometimes we evolve to that place. But the thing that you do have to do is become intentional. Yeah, you got to be intentional when you walk through the grocery store. You've got to be intentional when you're looking at that packaged meat, when you're looking at the bologna, when you're looking at the steak, when you're looking at anything that you know once you learn it that is not good for you. At least if you've learned it, now you can be intentional. We need to make conscious decisions every single day to control those 4 M's. We've got to make conscious decisions to control our mouth, our mind, our mood, and our money. And start with baby steps. Yep. Start with baby steps. Every one of our coaches, Coach Ernestine would tell you, you start with baby steps. You can't just look like her overnight, but you got to start somewhere. You got to start being consistently working out every day, consistently starting to raise up some dumbbells and increase the number, increase the weight. You got to be consistent. But we got to be intentional. So we need to make a conscious decision every day. Every day I'm going to control these 4 areas of my life. I'm going to start with small steps like what? Not complaining. That's working on the mouth. Today, I'm not going to complain about nothing, even if it looks like I ought to be complaining about it. Because, guys, you know what we do? We complain about stuff that we can't do anything about. So let's look at the thing. Okay, can you do something about it? Then you don't have to complain about it, right? You can do something about it. But if you can't do anything about it, people complain about the weather and have no control over it. Just deal with it. Just go outside, it's raining, and get you an umbrella, right? Because we can't do anything about it. So don't complain about stuff you can't do nothing about. But I'm going to say today, I'm not complaining about anything. Then I'm going to practice and reframe negative thoughts. Did you hear what I said? I said reframe negative thoughts. Why did I say that? Because negative thoughts do come. Nobody's perfect. And so negative thoughts knock on everyone's door. But here's what your choice is, and here's where your power is. You can reframe the negative thoughts into positive ones, because it's really all in how you look at something. You can reframe that. And then you can find everybody here today. Find today, one thing, just one. And I promise you, it'd probably be difficult to find just one thing to be grateful for. That's a hard task, because when you start thinking of one, you're going to think of another, and you're going to think of a third, because the first thing you're going to be grateful for is that he woke you up this morning. And then you got to boost your mood, because I'm talking about these 4 things: mouth, mind, mood, and money. You're going to boost your mood by making one small change in your spending habits. Anybody here feel like you do spend a little too much? Some of us are Amazon queens. Yes, I confess. And now I might even be confessing that I'm a what's that other one? To be, whatever it is. Yeah, just spending too much, right? Spending too much. But we got to make up our mind that we're going to change our spending habit. Temu, that's what I was thinking of. Temu, T-E-M. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about, right? So we got to change that spending habit. As you practice these habits, then they become second nature. And you'll find yourself doing it naturally. It might seem awkward at first if you're not accustomed to doing it, but then it will become second nature to think positive. It will become second nature to be more optimistic about what you're feeling. It will become second nature to be more upbeat and handle your finances more responsibly. But it's a journey. It's a journey. And I really want to encourage someone this morning because sometimes we're so hard on ourselves because we don't look at the journey, we're looking at perfection. Nobody's asking you to be perfect. It's not about perfection, it's about progress. They both start with P, but it's about progress. And when you look over your life, you've got to see progress. Just because you're here consistently, that is progress. Because guess what? There will be days when you slip. There will be days when you slip up on what you say. There will be days when you regretfully have a negative thought. There will be days when you unfortunately fall into a bad mood. And there will be days when you make a poor financial decision. But here's what I say to you: when that happens, not if that happens, when that happens, don't beat yourself up. It takes too long to get up when you beat yourself up. It's enough stuff in our life and in our society and in our government and in our surroundings that's trying to beat us up. So don't you beat yourself up. Instead, learn from it and then recommit yourself to the goal to move forward. So here it is. We're controlling our mouth, our mind, our mood, and our money. Now, here's what I want to make sure that you understand. When I say we're controlling it, it does not mean that you're suppressing who you are. Because, people say, girl, I just got to be myself. I just got to be who I am. I am who I am. I got that. I got that. But if who you are is not advancing your progress, then I don't think we need to brag about it. See, but it's not about being authentic. I want, oh God, it would be so boring if we didn't have different personalities and different ways of thinking and operating. I love hearing what people say when they join the call. That's the authenticity of that person. So it's not about being authentic or being your authentic self or ignoring that there is maybe a real problem going on in your life. It's about channeling your energy in productive ways because it's all about energy. Haven't we learned that by now? It's all about the energy that you have. It's about choosing responses. Yeah. See, we can't control what other people do, but you can control how you respond to what other people do. My mentor used to say it to me all the time that it's about your success is determined by what you do, not what others do. It doesn't mean that you can never, ever express a negative emotion. I'm not saying that because sometimes you got to say something. Sometimes you got to express something. You got to get it out, right? But you can do it in a healthy way. You never want to do it in a way that you hurt someone with your mouth. And you want to control your mind doesn't mean that you're ignoring your problems. It means approaching them with a solution. Too many people focus on the problem, not the solution. I don't want to talk 15, 20 minutes about the problem. Let's fix it. Let's figure a way out. And then you can control your mood. That doesn't mean that you're pretending to be happy all the time. Nobody's happy all the time. Everybody has some sad days. You've got some things that disgust you, even when you watch the news. But it does mean that you can manage your emotions. Manage your emotions, right? And then you can control your money. Doesn't mean that you never do the wrong thing, that you're cheap, that you never want to spend a dime. It means that you're going to be wise and purposeful with your resources. So, in closing, whenever you focus on this journey, we're on a journey. We're on a journey with this teaching, as a matter of fact, because I didn't finish, right? We're on a journey with this teaching concerning your mind, your mind, your mood, and your money. And whenever we focus on this journey of mastering these 4 M's, just know you're going to face some resistance, but press towards the mark. And as our Phyllis Nash mentor would say to us, we got to push, right? Today is Wednesday. Invite somebody to 411 East 35th Street, because they will take a journey into what is their blood type. Oh my God, the testimonies that have been pouring in from people's lives that are being affected by knowing their blood type. That's the question. Are you asking that question? And then for those of you that are coaches, wellness coaches, and those that have decided to become a corporate coach, you should have gotten an email, and you will get a reminder email of a session that's taking place tonight for those that have decided. And it's no pressure, it's your own choice, whatever you decide to do. And if you haven't filled out that form, you want to make sure that you go ahead and fill that form out so that you can be counted in that particular number. All right? Let's go out and push, guys. Have a great Akana kind of day. Bye for now.